Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call. This is in preparation for trading on September 29th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for education purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so as usual, we'll get started with our calendar here. So, excuse me. A lot of central bank activity today. One of the things that's coming to the forefront right now is Brexit stuff. So the Brexit negotiations are going on. And as a result of that, there's a lot of comments coming out. So please be mindful of that. That will have an impact on Euro and the British pound. So we had Bank of Japan, Bank of England, Prime Minister Theresa May speaking, and then GDP numbers here. We had a couple of FOMC members speaking here. So that's what happened today. Coming up, we have manufacturing PMI numbers for China. These will have an impact on Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar. And other than that, for tomorrow, we have current account for British pound here. This is the trade balance number essentially. And we are looking at a negative number. So if this comes out better than expected, it'll be positive for the British pound. And going into, we also have the final GDP number for the British pound. And going into the US session, we have GDP for Canadian dollar. Oh, for Canada, we had Bank of Canada come out yesterday. They basically said that they are not essentially going to continue raising interest rates. So that had a negative impact on the Canadian dollar, but then the US dollar today wasn't doing so positive because of the tax reforms that the market was expecting to see. And it seems like market wasn't quite impressed with the tax reforms that were put forward. And as a result, the US dollar, even though it was going up prior to the tax reforms being released, but since the tax reforms actually, or the document came out, it hasn't done as well. So the market hasn't quite liked that. So right now, as we can see, there's a lot of back and forth going on between central banks and governments and stuff like that. So just be careful because market is volatile right now because of a lot of different activity going on. Going into tomorrow, again, we have Bank of England, Governor Carney speaking, and we have FOMC members speaking as well. So these will have, and then another MPC member speaking for the UK here. So these comments will have an impact on the different currencies. So keep that in mind. So let's go on to the charts here. So look, excuse me, sorry. Looking at the daily here, we had a nice bearish close, but then market has turned around since then, and we have had a bullish close now. However, we are into resistance. So this is a level that that's an important level to watch. Price had trouble breaking through this level for some time and finally broke through, and now it has pushed back into it again. So if the price stays below 134.59 level here, if it stays below, then we're looking for price to continue lower. However, excuse me, if it breaks up above this level 134.59, then we're looking for price to go to the next level, which will be 135.70 level. So at this point, as long as it stays below this would just be considered a pullback, and we're looking for a move back into 133.50 level for the British pound here. So looking for price to come back and test the lows here as long as it stays below 134.59. So if we take a look here, so this is the support and resistance level. See, price had trouble here. It finally broke through here and tested, and now we are back at this level. And now price seems to be pulling back from there. So the target here is 133.50 level. If the price breaks above this, that's when we'll have to be concerned. If the price does one of these, then we have to watch for price to hold above, and then we're looking at price going into the next level, which is 135.70. Excuse me. So looking at Euro US dollar daily here, again, we had a reversal candle for this one as well. But similar scenario here, as long as price stays below this level here, we are still bearish. But this one can go up and test here because it hasn't really tested the highs here. So 1.1820 level will be the target level here. So this is a bullish close for the day, looking for price to move higher here into 1.1820. So if it breaks that level, then we're looking for another move to the upside. So we're looking for something like this break and then move up into that support and resistance level. So we are, the target would be this. So 1.1900 if the price breaks in above 1.1820. So if it's not able to break that level, then we're looking for a move back into 1.1720 level here. So this is where we are in terms of our 1 hour. So 1820 level, which coincides with our R1 level right here, the support and resistance level. So if the price goes and tests this level and stays below, then we are bearish. But if it breaks up to the upside, then we're looking for price to go into next support and resistance level, which is 1.1900. Aussie US dollar here, excuse me. So Aussie was one of the weaker currencies today against the US dollar. This was probably one of the only ones that actually had dropped, but during the New York session with the reform talks and tax reforms and everything else, that has pushed up as well. So now we have a bullish pin bar in this. We are into support here. So with this one, with the bullish pin bar, we would look for a further move to the upside from technical perspective here. We could get a pullback. So we're looking for a pullback into the pivot point level, which is 78.30 level, or even lower into this 78.15 level, and then a further move to the upside. But the bullish pin bar would suggest a bullish move, so we could see something like this. So this could be the level to watch, 0.7815, and the target would be 78.85, and then the next target here is 79.20. So we are bullish on this one here, Aussie US dollar. New Zealand US dollar, it has excuse me. So this went up during the day as well. With this one, we have a bullish candle close here, so we would expect a move to the upside, but this is an important support and resistance level right here. So if it doesn't break 72.40, if it stays below that, we could see it kind of go into range bound, because for the last 2 days it hasn't broken out of this range, so it could go range bound. So that's something we would have to be mindful of. So if it stays below this 72.40 level, we're looking for price to come back into the 71.65 level. But if it breaks above, the next target we are looking at is 72.99, so about 7,300. Just purely based on technicals, though, this is a bullish candle, so we would look for a follow through to the upside. So in this case here, we could get a pullback into the pivot point and then one of these moves to the upside. Or we could even get this type of a move back into the S1, and then price pushes up from there. So with everything that's going on in the market, it is a little bit all over the place. So markets changing directions all the time. So just be mindful of that. So this one, dollar CAD as well, this one has switched directions as well. We had a nice bullish candle here. So today was a pullback, and now we are back into the support and resistance level, 124.20 level. This is a very important level because price broke above this level with momentum because Bank of Canada's commentary. Now, if the price stays above this, then we are looking for a further move to the upside, and the target would be 125.50 level. So this is a critical level, just to make sure that if price stays above 124.20, we are likely looking for a move to the upside. This is where we are. Price is testing that level right now. So if it stays above, so if we see one of these moves, then we're looking for a test of the high here into 125.20. That will be the first target. Then above that, 125.50 will be the second target. Euro pound here. Euro pound, let me just marking up some charts. Euro pound here is going sideways. We haven't seen price break out of this range. We do have a bearish pin bar here, which would suggest a move to the downside. So now we're looking for a further move to the downside. The target here will be about 86.80 level, this one all the way from here, the support and resistance level. So this will be the target to the downside. However, it's very important that we see a break of this level, 87.40 level, if the price, or even the 50 level. If the price is not able to break this level, then we could go all the way back into the range here, and this could turn into a range, because we have 1, 2, 3, three previous days where price hasn't broken out of this range. So this is a critical level, 87.50 level. If it stays above, we're looking for a further move up into 88.10 level here. Otherwise, based on the bearish pin bar, we're looking for a further move to the downside, but we'll have to wait for a break of this. Once the price breaks through, then we're looking for a continuation into 86.80 level. Here, Euro Swiss franc here, we had a bearish pin bar, but it hasn't quite worked out. So we are looking for, so now we have another pin bar, but we have a green candle close here. So this makes it a little bit neutral, but with the big rejection on top on 2 days, we are looking for a bearish move. So this is bearish to neutral here. The target in this case would be 1.1350. So we're looking for price to move down. However, because we have this test here, so 3 times price is tested, it could go back and test again and then drop. So that's the only thing we'll have to be careful with. But if the price does go into 1.1480, this may give us a good opportunity for a potential short, because price has rejected this level multiple times, and it's likely that it will reject it again. So we are going to look for a price to reject that level. But based on these 2 pin bars here, we are looking for a further move to the downside, and the target would be 1.1350. Pound Swiss franc here. Again, we have the similar thing as we saw in Euro Swiss franc. We have 2 pins. We had a very nice pin bar, but then price went and tested the high once again. And now we do see a rejection, but the candle closes actually with a bullish candle. But the big pin on the top gives it that bearish bias still. So with this one, we're looking for a further move to the downside. Our target here would be 1.12960 level. But if the price goes into 130.80, that could give us a potential opportunity for a short at the top. So we'll have to watch out for that. Dollar Swiss franc. Sorry, my template keeps getting messed up. Dollar Swiss franc, we are bearish on this. We have a tweezer top type of formation here. Price has rejected this level multiple times. So we're looking for a continuation to the downside here. The target in this case is 96.50 level here. So looking for price to pull back. It could pull back into the pivot point here and then drop. So we're looking for basically the bottom here into 96.50, which is also our R2 level. So we're looking for price to drop here. So this type of a move is what I'm looking for. Pound yen. Pound yen, it has been in this range for a bit. For the last few days, it hasn't broken out of the range. Very, very neutral close. So if the price goes and tests the high again, 151.60ish level here, we're looking for price to come down. And if it comes into the bottom 150 level, then we're looking for a bounce to the upside. So this will be a range bound market for now. Let's go to excuse me. So Euro Yen Heikinashi candles here, it's not doing much. It's just sideways, so not much of a move here. Aussie Yen, your Aussie Yen dropped. And so this is bearish. We are looking for a further move to the downside. Target here is 87.60 level, so the bottom of this pin. So just looking for a price to drop further here. Dollar yen here, we have tweezer tops. Tweezer tops usually mean rejection. We're looking for a further move to the downside. Target would be 111.50. So looking for price to move back down. Euro Aussie, we have pushed prices pushed up. And now we're looking for, we do have a rejection of this level. So we're looking for price to go up and test that level again. And once the price gets there, we are looking for price to drop from there. So 1.50, 80 level or 70 level will be a potential level for a short, looking for price to come back towards the bottom of the range here into 1.4900. So that will be our target to the downside. Any questions or anything to add? All right, so no questions, so we'll call it a wrap for now. I will see you guys tomorrow.